Hi everybody, it's Ruthie. Welcome back. I'm working on two projects that I've kind of merged together. And before I start, if you guys have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, share, and like the video. It really helps me get with my videos. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know in the comments. Now let's get to business. I'm going to merge two projects. I've wanted to do heritage pages. I've done work on genealogy for quite some time. And so what I've decided to do was to start with my kids. And I'm going to tell the story of my kids, then their dad, and then his dad, up through the family, and also I'll work on mine. But it's quite an extensive list that I have, and I want to put as much information as I could. So I decided to start with my kids because these are the things I know. It'd be easier for me to try to figure it out rather than trying to piece together information that I may not have pictures and stuff. So I've been working on this for a while. The other thing that I wanted to do is that never gets scrapbooked is all those adorable stories. The cute things your kids used to say, the games they used to play, funny little stories that you don't have pictures for. And I'm combining that with my heritage pages for my kids. So that's what I'm working on today. My youngest son loves to fish. When he gets a chance, that's what he does. He goes fishing. And his girlfriend loves to fish too, so the two of them get along well. So I am going to start with this paper. It doesn't look like a heritage page, but when somebody looks at this page, I want them to know this page is about this man. These kids are important. He liked fish, that kind of thing. And I want his kids and his grandkids and on down the road to know about what's going on with him. So this is him and his three girls. He is a single dad, and they love their daddy. This one here is 14 now. And she actually said that she doesn't want to grow up because she always wants to live with her daddy. For a 14-year-old, that's saying a lot. All three of these girls absolutely adore their dad. So I'm going to start with him because he's my youngest son. So his name is Paul. And so I put his name and the date he was born and where he was born at. The next thing I did was he was in the military. And I did do this color-coded. This could easily be wrote. I did this as on a program, and I did, I printed it out on my printer on sticker paper and cut it out. He spent time in the Army in the Iraq War. So he's a veteran. So I wanted to add that. Right now, he works as a production manager at the Guard Air Corporation. He's been there for a while, worked his way up from the bottom. So I'm going to put that there. His pride and joy in life is his kids. He has three girls, Amelia, Abigail, and Audrey. And I'm going to put this little baby girl right here beside this. See, I may like it better this way. Yeah, I think I like it better this way. So we're going to put that there. And then the next thing is his dad. I'm his mom. He's got one brother and one sister. And so I just got this sticker here. So that's going to be this page. It's simple, but it has everything I want on here. I want everybody, when he sees this page, or when this little girl's kids see this page, I want them to say, oh, that's right, I remember my dad worked here. And, genealogy. It's all about your family. So that's going to be this page. This paper that I have that I'm using is a thin piece of paper. I got rid of a ton of paper a couple of years ago because it was all thin. Thick paper is not easy to find, and the right print that you like is not easy to find. So I decided I'm going to use my thin paper as much as I can. If I find a paper I like, I'm going to use it. So I just put a piece of white paper behind it. This is a paper studio, which is Hobby Lobby paper. So, sorry about that, guys. My dogs decided they wanted to bark. So, this side of the paper, I'm going to tell stories about little things that he did when he was a kid. Like, he was around 18 months, 2 years old. And this little kid moved. He moved fast. The kid always running. And still does, I think, sometimes. So I wrote the story out. One day I went in, and this was before cell phones, so I didn't have a camera, and I found him sitting in the toilet, thank God it was clean, splashing in the water, having the best time. So that's a story I want people to know. Not because he was sitting in the toilet, just because it's a fun story. He was just adorable. The next one is a story when he was in high school. And this teacher, I don't know if he was a teacher in middle school, in elementary school or something before, but this kid was a junior in high school. And these kids all have attitudes. I don't even mind telling you, my kid too. But you couldn't talk unless you had the talking pen. Now, this guy, apparently my son had this pen, and they're talking, and he's answering the question, whatever question he asked, and the teacher didn't like it, so he was saying something, and my son said, no, you can't talk because you don't have the talking pen. This man actually wanted to fight my kid. Just saying. That's just a story of the talking pen that needed to be shared. The next story that I wanted to make sure that my kids didn't forget is all three of my kids was my daughter would be kind of the watch out. She would come tell me if anybody's bleeding, getting hurt. She was not this little angel who didn't do anything. She just was the one like, okay, you hold his leg together. I'm going to go tell mom. I'll be right back, kind of thing. So what they did one time is my oldest son, he would come up with some ideas of how something might work. He's an engineer now, not surprising. My daughter works at the school, at the elementary school as a my voice is starting to. Sorry, my voice is starting to. I get issues every once in a while, and it starts to do that anyway. They decided, we lived on this big hill, and they decided he was going to take his skateboard, use a trash bag for a parachute, and go down this hill. No, it did not work. He did not have a broken bone. That being said, he had a few bruises. And yes, I did watch my kids. They were like 10, 11, 12 at the time, but things happen. One of my favorite stories of this child is whenever we would play hide and seek. It was a time of mom of 3 young kids that I would be able to get some housework done. They would play hide and seek. They would always hide in the same spot. My oldest son would hide in one of the cabinets. My daughter would hide behind a chair, and my youngest son would hide in the closet. I would pick up the living room, pick some toys up, start a load of laundry, whatever, and then I would come back and start finding them. You could always tell when they started to get antsy because they started giggling. So then I would start finding them. I would go to the closet and find him. My youngest son would always say, every single time, you don't see me yet, okay, Mama? So I had to tell that story too. And these are stories that I don't know if they'd necessarily remember as they grow older. But when I'm no longer here, or I can no longer remember because unfortunately things happen in life with, Alzheimer's and all these issues that people get, and I don't want stories like this to go to the wayside. So this is going to be my 2 pages. I am leaving areas over here open because I know I have more stories that I have not done yet. So I want to I'll leave this open to be able to do a couple of more stories. And as I find more stories, I am not ashamed to add another page. I want stories like this to be out. I also have a bunch of pictures I'm still working on. I don't think I will ever be caught up, but I want to start sharing these memories. So this is going to be my 2 pages on my youngest son, Paul. And eventually I do want to write a note to the kids and, you know, just letting them know that I love them. And so if you have, I know we all do, have memories of your parents, your kids, your grandkids, write them down, share them. It doesn't have to have a picture, just to be able to share memories. Share the things you know about somebody before you don't get a chance to do that any longer. Guys, I hope this helps you. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and I will talk to you guys later. You guys have an absolute blessed day. Bye, everybody.